So we work off of milestones or goals here at GOATA. Our system is concerned with what we call the pre-movement fundamentals. 4 pre-movement fundamentals that we prioritize, that we really are recoding. And this is why I want you to see it as a lifestyle change, a transformation, not even really of the gym, just kind of how you hang out and how you handle yourself in your day-to-day movement operations. The stuff that we call the non-negotiables. These 4, you got to rest. Okay. You got to sit. How you're sitting, where you're sitting is what's important. Standing, squatting, and hinging. If you take any 4 of those away from someone, if they have trouble getting in and out of a chair, if you have trouble getting up and down from the ground, that's telling you something about your overall movement. As I painted that picture for you there, somebody that has trouble getting in and out of a chair or getting up and down from the ground, you're not picturing someone that's flying down a football field or having fun on a pickleball court or playing sand volleyball, right? You're picturing somebody that can't move. So we need to have these non-negotiables, squatting and hinging. That plays a role in getting up and down from the ground. So we believe that there's an intimate relationship with the ground. We believe that the ground is extremely important. Obviously, we've dedicated a whole 3 weeks, a whole course to it. And then as you stand up and you get into these other 3 pre-movement fundamentals, which is where we stop and start with in level 2, cleaning up your standing, cleaning up your squat, which we will preview on our call 3, we'll see that standing, squat, and hinge are also huge indicators of how comfortable you're going to be moving about in your day-to-day environment. And what you guys will see if you continue on, you look through into level 2 and you become a coach in this system, you'll start to appreciate that how people operate and live and carry out these pre-movement fundamentals, their resting choices, the way that they're standing in front of you, the way that they squat, the way that they hinge or toe touch, which I call just twisting in place as a way to get my hands closer to the ground so that I can work off the ground. Picture kids, picture indigenous. We don't have table. They didn't have tables and chairs. The table and chair, the work environment was the ground. So we had to get our hands down there with 2 options, the squat and the hinge. That twisting in place is eventually how you move through space. So think of that hunter-gatherer model, okay, which is, look, if I take the refrigerator from you, if I take the cupboards from you, y'all just became hunter-gatherers real fast. That's your skill set, okay? You don't got claws, you don't got really sharp teeth, but you know how to work in a group. You're a hell of a throwing athlete, and you got incredible endurance capabilities, okay? So that's our skill set. That's really what we can do out in the wild. What you'll see there is the gatherer portion, the ability to move up and down from the ground is encapsulated inside of those pre-movement fundamentals, okay? So my resting on the ground, my standing, getting back up from the ground or moving down to it at a starting point, and then the squat and the hinge are those 2 almost elevator-like movements to get me up and down from the ground, twisting in place. Now when it's time to go hunt and go leave the base camp and go move through space, what you'll see is that you take that twisting in place of the squat. Your squat is your landing. Your hinge or your toe touch is your leaving. Remember this cycle. Remember this pressure pump that the musculoskeletal system is. The leg is like a pogo stick. Your squat is the loading of the pogo stick. Your toe touch is the transfer of the pogo stick. Okay, so you take that out to the environment. Now you're walking, you're jogging, you're running, you're cutting, juking, jumping, throw, swing, and strike. All just a simple pressure pump, a pressure wave, if you will. Pressure goes into one side, moves over to the other side. So this all sort of has a nice little bow wrapped around it at the end of the day.